Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Context is King. I'm Rebecca Brayton, and with me as always is WatchMojo founder and CEO Ashkan Karbasfrooshan to discuss the parting of the ways of Kevin Tsujihara and Warner Brothers. Now, you have like an interesting theory about how that went down.
I don't think it's a theory. I think it's more a possibility if this were to be adapted into a screenplay and fictionalized more than anything else. So again, we're not talking about Mr. Tsujihara and Warner Brothers specifically, but look, it's 2019. You have to be naive to think that studio executives, for lack of a better word, trading roles for sex, basically, well, it does happen, and I think what Harvey Weinstein showed us is that it was happening all the time, just some were more kind of flagrant, abusive, allegedly, than others, which was kind of seen as
Well, they're all abuse.
I'm not here to judge whether it was or not. It's wrong is what it is. But no, what I think probably happened was if at&t would not have bought Warner Media, it's possible that he would have, or someone like, these are more allegedly parallels. I think somebody in that position when you're caught, you probably could have been able to say, look, I'm going to take their texts. Oh my God, I'm going to take like a leave of absence. I'm going to go, because this is like the old boys club. This is how Hollywood has worked. I feel like because at&t came on board and they bought it, they're like in this backdrop of like Metoo and, you know, we are taking over the studio, we are cleaning up the organization, there's no way that this would pass, right? So I think it's kind of like the reason why it didn't pass is because there was a new owner. And my guess is, this is I think how it probably would have gone down. A meeting is called, the at&t lawyers are in the room with like the senior exec, and he shows up probably with his lawyer, and they're like, these are 2 envelopes. We would hate to run a protracted investigation to see if this was an isolated case or not. And on page 3, there's an article that would appear in Variety in a year from now, just running on and on. If you decide, like Les Moonves, to say you're going to fight this and you can't fire me, this is not cause. It would be really unfortunate if that happened. Here is the other one. There's this article, a very clean, like, oh, I've decided to do what's best for the organization, part ways, and turn the page. There's a nice severance package or whatever you were owed. We shake on it, you go your merry way, we don't make a stink about this, and that's it, that's all. And I think, to be fair, I said I think, at&t deserves credit here. It's very easy in Hollywood to bash at&t for not getting the creatives. And I think that's a fair assessment, that they don't get how HBO works and this, and this is the way Hollywood's done. I'm not talking about the Me Too stuff, eh? I'm talking about the creative decision-making of them coming in and saying, hey, we're going to maybe you know, sunset the Turner brand. And it's fair to criticize them that HBO is going to produce more content and become like a Netflix. Whether that's right or wrong, you could argue, you could say they're making a wrong bet. You could take them to town on that. You could say at&t said that they were going to do these things, that they sat down with Ted Turner and said that they weren't going to do these things. That's fair, and give them then time to go out and execute. But I would give them a standing ovation. Don't mess with Texas. They saw this, and sure, maybe they're looking for a convenient excuse to say, we're going to let you go for cause. We don't owe you a penny. Like, I'm not saying they did this out of the goodness of their heart, but they did the right decision. They said, hey, if you are the head of a studio and you're promising allegedly, and it was all text and all. I mean, I don't know if I even
We should
need
just
to.
have allegedly.
Allegedly, this hashtag allegedly. So they deserve credit for saying, hey, we're not going to tolerate this. We're not going to give you a convenient exit. You just need to leave the studio lot. So props to them for that.
Fair enough. I really, I don't have much to add to that, to be honest. Fire them all. All right. If you guys have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them in the comments, and we'll see you next time.